Yeah, so
The thing is I am the safe account. I don't know.
it should be on right now. So yeah, you have to press the button on Facebook and you will be.
Are we up? Facebook or YouTube? Both. Are we up? I think we're up. No? Shall we one more time? Go live? Do it. No, we're live. Are we sure? Yes, it says live there. Okay. Welcome. Thank you for your patience. We are clearly better at abortions than at Zoom on Facebook.
No, it's still using it's hello. As we have realized this evening, we are all very good at helping people get abortions and very, very bad at video conferences. So we thank you for your patience, and we are so pleased that you all have decided to spend some of your Valentine's Day with us, sharing the love for abortion access. And we're thrilled to welcome people from around Europe and the US and possibly further afield, because the fight for free, safe, accessible abortion for all is a global battle. So we have a wonderful, wonderful panel of speakers. We're going to let them introduce themselves to you momentarily. But first, myself and my comrade Kasia, we are going to introduce ourselves and give a little background to SAFE, and then we're going to hear from our wonderful panelists, and then there will be time for a Q&A. And again, thank you so much for sticking with us. I'm here to tell you about what SAFE is. SAFE stands for Supporting Abortions for Everyone, why we chose the Netherlands, and why right now is the right time for SAFE. Europe's patchwork of abortion laws and provision means that abortion is often not accessible. And even if a country provides access to abortion, having one might require multiple appointments at a clinic or a doctor's office, travel to another city, arranging childcare, taking days off from work. At the same time, we know that the conservative right is rising, and that even when there are victories in abortion access, abortion is always under attack. Kasia, recording's in progress. Kasia and I have been part of the emerging movement of activists helping people across Europe get abortions, either at home with pills or abroad in clinics, for many, many years. And after talking to our sibling activists, we identified a gap in the European Abortion Fund movement, and SAFE is here to close that gap. SAFE's mission is to ensure that anyone in Europe who wants an abortion can get one. And how will SAFE do this? We're so glad you asked. SAFE will work with grassroots groups already doing the work of helping people get abortions. And while those groups help people get abortions right now, SAFE will help the helpers, and we will help in 4 ways. The first will be with money. SAFE will not have a helpline, and because we won't be constantly answering calls and emails from people who need abortions right now, we will have the time to focus on fundraising and reporting. SAFE will raise money and distribute it to existing and emerging groups helping people get abortions. As a registered charity, which we will be on Thursday, we'll have access to funds from major donors, trusts, and foundations. The money SAFE raises will pay for abortions, travel costs, websites, marketing materials, operational costs, whatever the people doing direct work need to help people get abortions, we will provide that funding. The second thing we'll do is we're going to help with knowledge. While our co-conspirators help people get abortions, again, right now, it's very time sensitive, unlike webinars. SAFE will help not just by raising and providing the required funding, but also we will take the responsibility for the things that often get lost while you're putting out fires. We will collect and develop and streamline and share best practice learnings about abortion pathways, service delivery, fundraising, volunteer management, and more. And we will work with digital security experts to ensure that all platforms are, like our name says, safe. We'll help with pathways. We will continue to build on the work that we've been doing to identify abortion providers that are able and willing to do second and third trimester abortions for non-residents, and we'll continue to foster good working relationships between activists and providers, and of course, provider activists. And longer term, we'll help with advocacy. We'll share our collective knowledge with pro-abortion activists, and we'll build on our track record of identifying abortion providers and other decision makers to become loud and proud advocates for abortion access across Europe. And why the Netherlands? SAFE will do this work as a registered Dutch charity, and we chose Holland because here abortion is available for a fee on request to non-residents until the 22nd week of pregnancy. And also because as this is a pan-European movement, we felt it was important to be based in mainland Europe. So that's a little bit of what we plan to do. And I thank you again for being here. And I happily pass the chair to my co-founder, Kasia, who will give you information on how SAFE plans to do our work.
So I'll try to keep it quick because we wasted some of your time already. I'm looking at this most beautiful panel of speakers in front of me, and I want you all to have a few minutes to say about your amazing work. But the way we want to work, the way what our values are, is mostly proudly and loudly pro-abortion. We think it's important to put our values on front of our work and work with each other, with our collaborators, with our partners, the way we want the world of abortion and reproductive rights to look like. So proudly pro-abortion. We are mostly having the dignity of our client at heart and at front of our work. We are supporting diversity of tactics. We want to work with partners who are both unregistered collective grassroots organizations, and we value the work that they're doing, as well as bridging the space and working with established organizations who will take anybody's money, basically. We're that bridge. And
100% that bitch.
And we want to take the opportunities that are out there and create new ones for the groups that don't have them yet. You will never, as a client of the groups that we're working with, you will never have to justify why you want abortion. You will never have to earn it with a sub story. This is our one of our core values. Everybody can have abortion if they want one, and we are proudly supporting intersectionalism. We are proudly supporting diversity. I know we look like two white ladies, but we actually are on the crossroads of gender identities and race. We are both people with disabilities, so we are searching and championing people who are diverse and in our clients and in our partners. And most of all, we want to be collaborative. So we did listen to people on the ground. Both of us have been practitioners of abortion for a long time. This is our community, and we listen to our community, and we want to work for our community to make the hard work that people on the ground are doing easier, better, and make abortion more accessible by that.
Thank you, Kasia. We have, as we've said, we have a beautiful, beautiful panel. I, of course, left the list of order on the other side of the room, but I believe first up is Lulu, who is one of our trustees of the SAFE board, and I'm not gonna speak for her. I'm gonna let her speak for herself.
Thanks, Kasia and Mara, and thanks to everybody joining us today. This was a little bit of a chaotic beginning, but I think it looks very promising, because if something I've learned from my experience is that this chaos, this passion, this mess is very much part of like who we are and the movement and all of the amazing things that we can achieve. So my name is Lucia. I'm a feminist researcher. I'm an activist. I'm from Uruguay. I am, I'm very proud member of Abortion Without Borders, Women Help Women, and now the board of SAFE. And I am just like really excited to be here, really excited about this project. I think SAFE comes to make like a great addition to the abortion landscape in Europe, not only because it helps people, it will be helping people and collectives to be able to like afford life-saving, dignified abortion services, but because it does so by weaving, by knitting, by tejiendo, as we say it in Spanish, right? Like those constellations, the networks of support, networks of solidarity, of mutual aid, so that every abortion is always like the safest, most dignified, and most supported experience possible. And last but not least, also because this learning is collaboratively and is built and is shared and is like made open across all of these partners. And I think that is just like beautiful pillars in which to start a project. And I think it also comes at a very complicated moment for the abortion landscape in the world. We are facing a global backlash. We are facing a lot of retrogressive government policies, lawsuits, and I'm looking at my friends here also from the US nodding, but I think it's a sadly a worldwide phenomenon. And what does that mean? That we need more than in any time before, like bolder, strong voices that are willing to take on the hard work of like making those safe, dignified, supported abortions a reality. And I think that's what SAFE comes to contribute to. And I think it's an awesome way to spend our Valentine's Day together, celebrating this project and celebrating the work on abortion that all of us do. And it's 1 o'clock for me, and it's the middle of my work day, so I don't have wine, but I have tea, and I wanted to raise my glass to say, yeah, excellent. We have coffee, we have everything. Raise my glass to say and to cheer for this project, and to thank Kasia and Mara for the leadership on this, and to all of these amazing people that I have the pleasure to see on my screen, and hopefully soon in person, for the hard work on this. So I will leave it at that. Sending you love to all of you in this Valentine's Day, and I'll pass on to the next speaker.
Thank you so much, Lulu. And next up, we have our good friend in Warsaw, Natalia.
Hi, dear. I can say very honestly that this is the first time from like really, really long time that I spending Valentine's with people who I love, which makes me very, very happy. And thank you for this, because it's really, really, really nice. I'm very excited about SAFE because I have to say that people who provide abortion to other people, to like activists like me, we don't feel safe in Poland, especially in Poland, because of the criminalization of helping. And when I hear from you that you will support not only people who need abortion, but people who provide abortion, makes me really, really feel safe. I actually feel safe, which is very, very good feeling and new for me, because we are during the trial of Justyna Wydrzyńska, one of my friends from Abortion Dream Team, and to be honest, we are exhausted. And the only one thing that we are sure that we can count on other abortionists like you. Not for the state, not for the politicians, but for other abortionists. And creating this new organization is really, really needed. And I think that I really like also the idea and this new approach that we talk about providing abortion, not only legality of abortion, because legal doesn't mean accessible And it's not only in US, as we could see before the overturning Roe versus Wade, but also in Europe. We know, all of us know this stupid barriers, 3 days waiting periods, money, obligatory consultation. Europe is full of that, and that make people waiting for abortion, borrowing money, and it makes abortion shameful experience. I think that, I'm sorry, my dog wants to say something. So I'm very, very happy and excited. I can't wait to work more with you. I think that it will also be beginning of new way of viewing abortion in Europe, because we have to see that Europe still have some problems with accessing abortion, and that makes me very happy that I'm with you. Thank you.
No, we love you. Thank you, Natalia. And do you want to?
Yes, no, I just wanted to mention that we think we're probably not totally on Facebook. It seems that we are just with one camera on Facebook and not the whole Zoom. So for anyone on Facebook, this full video is going to be available later on YouTube, also with translations and with live captions, because we are totally aware that with having many people with different languages, even different versions of English, it will be very hard to have live translations, for example, to sign language. So we made a difficult decision to add those accessibility things later on. So sorry for not being fully on Facebook. We might not be able to see everybody. We can hopefully hear them. But on YouTube later on, and it will be fully visible, and we'll also share that recording on Facebook.
Oh, okay. So thank you, Kasia, and yes, sorry again about the technical issues. I swear that all of us are crackerjack at providing abortions at any stage of pregnancy in any country. But we would like to invite the wonderful Viva Ruiz of Thank God for Abortion to the microphone.
Hey, y'all. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Abortion-Tine's Day. So wonderful, so romantic to share the space with you. Congratulations and woohoo to SAFE, supporting abortions forever. And that's on SAFE. Mara and Kasia, thank you so much. I'm looking at this little thing. I want to state my abortion credentials because I see this in the email and I'm like, abortion credentials. I want that ID card. We should make that. My abortion credentials are that I've had abortions and I love God, and I initiated this thing called Thank God for Abortion, and working in the cultural realms. In fact, this is my friend Larry T, who wrote RuPaul's Supermodel, made this cap. So I'm going to wear this today. Larry T, RuPaul. So working in the cultural realm, meaning the arts, all different manifestations of that, and also in a worldwide collective of people who love God and abortion, or want to troll people about God and love abortion. So it's so amazing and beautiful to be in the circle, because I think the cultural realm has to follow what's happening. Like, what's the truth? What were the facts? Like, what is happening on the ground with people who need abortion and people providing abortions? So I'm like hot on your tail. I want to know what's happening so that we can, aim ourselves at the public to inform and destroy and rebuild So I want to thank you, Mara and Kasha, and everybody working at SAFE. I'm hearing, it's so, it's the perfect placement of experience, that you've both been at this. And based on what you've seen, the emergence of a new, entity, of a new approach is, it's just good orderly direction, aka God. It's that's how it has to work. It has to work from the need out, and I'm very excited. Very excited. The word capacity comes up for me a lot. The capacity and how brutal it is to be working, to provide this like life-saving healthcare in so much like oppression is so fucked up. It's so, I'm like, can I curse? Of course I can curse. Anyway, it is church. It's the capacity. So it's so beautiful to hear, the need identified and the energy coming in to hold, the providers and the people funding, and it's just very, very, very gorgeous and romantic. And we're building a new world in all ways, and just in how we're building this way of seeing abortion, and the more honesty we have about abortion, we're coming into more honest times. We've been in really dishonest paradigms, so I see you creating, a space for more honesty, and that means more love, and the circle widens, anyway, I'm in love with you, and I'm in love with abortion, and God is on our side. No weapon formed could ever. And I'm very excited, to be a part of, of this in whatever capacity. And yeah, count on me. And what can I say? There's a lot to say. I'm just thrilled. Feels like a party to me, and I'm really happy to be at this kickoff party. There's one more thing. What am I going to say? That's about it. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day.
We love you.
We love you too, Viva. Thank you. Kasha and I are gonna move to one side and let Nikki and Kinga take our seats because they are our next two speakers. And they all moved over and one fell down.
I think I'm next. Yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Nikki Morn, and my abortion credentials are that I am a member of Abortion Network Amsterdam, which we call ANNA for short. And ANNA is a feminist grassroots collective. We're all volunteers, and our mission is to provide mutual aid and support to people who need to travel to the Netherlands to have second trimester abortion. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day. I honestly couldn't think of a better place to be. And I honestly don't think there is any better way to tell someone I love you than I want to help you have an abortion. So really honored to be here. And I think for us at ANNA, the launch and establishment of SAFE means so many things. I mentioned that we are all volunteers. Last year in 2022, we were contacted by 588 people. And out of those people, 260 we supported so that they could have abortions here in the Netherlands. And that is a huge amount of work, especially for, like I said, people who are working full-time jobs and doing this on the side. Because we are so busy helping people getting abortions and organizing that in the clinics here, we don't have time to actively be out fundraising and building up money. And so having SAFE really is a safety net. It is, this layer of security that's going to be incredible and really supports us so that we can do what we do best, which is not having to worry about the politics of trying to get money and fundraising, but really focusing on helping people access the abortions that they need. And I'm super grateful that SAFE is in the hands of people that we know, and that we know who eat, sleep and breathe abortions and who know the field. That is amazing. And I think for all of us who work in abortion, we know that global funds are not on our side. It is super difficult. It is exhausting to try and even get funding to do abortion work, and that is rarely ever to actually pay for abortions, right? It's abortion advocacy, and you have to jump through hoops, and there are so many requirements. So it is amazing to see a new fund that is dedicated to a feminist way of providing money to grassroots without asking questions, without having to do all this really intense paperwork. And so that is amazing. And something I also really personally love that SAFE is going to do is this focus on knowledge sharing and research, because I think there is an incredibly fragmented picture of the abortion reality in Europe. I know at Anna, although we're working our butts off, we often feel guilty that like we have some idea, at least in the Netherlands, what this picture looks like, but we don't have the time or the capacity to do anything with this data to share. So it means so much that we can partner with SAFE to help, build a more accurate portrayal of what actually the European abortion landscape is like and what the realities of having abortion here is. So, yes, super happy.
So, hello everybody. As to my abortion credentials, I also have had abortions. I speak about it. I am also with Women Help Women, an international activist non-profit who mostly works with self-managed abortions, so guides people through the process of doing your own abortion at home and helps them get access to the pills, as well as with Abortion Without Borders Network and the Abortion Dream Team in Poland. Here is another dream team, the dream team of SAFE, and they really are. The founders, Kasia and Mara, congratulations to you. I'm very moved that we are here today. Congratulations also to all the volunteers, the trustees, and all the work that has gone very quickly and very efficiently. It's really a dream team. They are smart, they are resilient, they have been doing this work for a really long time, and they really know bullshit people. And this is the type of people we need to protect and to facilitate access to abortion. I think SAFE is unique because SAFE is clearly about money. Because this hasn't been spoken yet today, but abortions cost. And in order to have an abortion in Europe and to go to another country, you might need as much as 1,000 to 2,000 euros, if not more. These are substantial amounts of money. Abortion laws in Europe are a mess, in a sense that we have all these legal regimes who are basically a product of a very particular moment of time in history when some sort of a deal was made that in this country it's okay till 14 weeks, in this country it's okay till 18 weeks. This is not evidence-based, this is just nonsense that has to change. And until it is not changed, we will need to move people around or facilitate the movement of abortion pills into their hands to their homes. And this all costs money. So I want to also call everybody who is watching us to, instead of putting a little bit of cash in your private safe, you might want to consider to give it to an abortion safe. And put it there. I also really stand with the vision that was presented here. It's beautiful that it's not only about creating a band-aid and just paying for an abortion and moving on. It's really about building a movement, a safe movement, and as a community of practice of proud abortionistas and practitioners, showing practically how things can be done better, how people who need abortions can be treated with dignity, how their experience can be improved. And I thank you for that you, exactly, that it's not only a wallet, you know, it's much, much more. It's really about creating a different community and a different quality of experience. And lastly, I'm really happy that you are launching on Valentine's Day. It's amazing. Abortion is about love. Abortion is about empathy. And talking about dating advice, we say it a lot. Remember, date only people who are pro-abortion. Otherwise, just dump them. Thank you very much for this initiative.
Oh, thank you, Kinga and Nikki. Right, we have got three more speakers. We have Amelia and Aaron, and then Femke's gonna round us out, and then we will ask if you all have any questions. Amelia and Aaron, take it away.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amelia.
I'm Aaron.
We are with Shout Your Abortion in the United States. Abortion credentials. We've both had abortions. We've both been in this work for 6 or 7 years at this point. And yeah, to echo like the romance, the Valentine's Day vibe, I think that we are deeply in love with all of you. Viva reminded me of a quote from a US politician named Harvey Milk, where he said, "The movement is my boyfriend." And I feel like the movement, the international movement, is like my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my partner, my side piece. I think just more, I feel really, really psychically connected to movement folks all over the world. And I think that SYA has been influenced and fueled both like energetically and emotionally and also tactically by our sisters, siblings, comrades all over the world more than anything else. And I'm so grateful for that. You know, we obviously just lost our abortion rights after 50 years. And it's really wonderful to be in a community of people who reject the idea that we ever needed to ask any court or institution for the right to abortion, and that our rights to autonomy and freedom and self-determination and dignity and love are inherent and they are undeniable. They are, and that abortion access is ours, like currently and indefinitely. It belongs to us and it is on us to create it for each other. I hear on this call that, you know, it's not only the government, right? It's like huge NGOs and huge players in movement spaces who are often more interested in business and in their bottom line than they are actually facilitating abortion access. And I can tell that everybody on this call is deeply about it and is doing exactly what needs to happen with the creation of SAFE. And I hope that you feel incredibly proud of yourself. We are so grateful to you. And, you know, like, I can't imagine how many people you are going to help. And it makes my heart feel really happy to know that you exist. And, you know, I guess the last thing I want to say is just, Natalia, you know, and Kinga, like, our hearts are with you folks in Poland. And like, it makes me feel really happy to hear you say that, like, you feel less alone because of this organization too, and to know that like they are going to ride for you. And so are we, you know, like, we are all connected and we have each other's backs. The hashtag Jack Justina, that means I will do what Justina did. We are rallying behind, we will aid and abet abortion. And it's really the same idea, right? Which is like, we don't want just people like Justina to be a hero or an example or whatever. We want everybody to get on board with facilitating abortion access in their communities and start learning how to do that, because we take care of ourselves. And they'll never stop us, because behind each Justina is like 10 more Justinas. And thankfully, we have organizations like SAFE to help people get organized and get what they need. So it's really an honor to be here with all of you. We love you. And happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to add because we're almost out of time, but we got you this and we'll light it off.
Even though we're in my apartment.
Yeah.
We're doing some dangerous pyrotechnics in here, you guys.
Might not work.
Might not work, but it's supposed to be a sparkler. Ah! Yay!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Save. This is
Silly birthday.
Yeah. Safety is relative. That felt what needed to happen.
Yeah.
We love you. Thank you.
Love you too.
Love you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Last but absolutely not least is our dear friend Femke, who helps us help people get abortions in the Netherlands in the best possible way by running an abortion clinic. And in her spare time, she goes and kicks ass in the Polish parliament. So after Femke speaks, we're going to take a little time for Q&As. So if you have any questions, start thinking about them. And Femke, we are delighted to have you with us.
Well, thank you for inviting me, and I'm thrilled by the foundation of SAFE, and I'm proud that it will be a registered charity in the Netherlands. So you're a very welcome addition to the pro-choice network. I wrote it down. My English isn't as good as yours, Mara, so I wrote a bit down. I was thinking when you asked me to say something about 25 years when I started in the abortion care in the Netherlands. And actually abortion wasn't a big deal. It was just healthcare. And I don't remember any protests. Only once a year we had a vigil in front of the clinics, but that was after closing hours. And nowadays it's very different. We see that there's a global lobby of anti-abortion sentiments who try to ban safe abortion. We see conservatism rising in society, rising in politics. We see laws change for the worse, like in the US or in Poland. And even in the Netherlands, we see that the anti-abortion demonstrations are getting bigger and more professionally organized. So, for example, about 25 years ago, only a couple of dozen people went to the March of Life, as they call it. And nowadays there are several thousand of participants. And of course, we see the protests outside of the clinics. And at the same time, in the clinics itself, we see an increase of Eastern European people, especially who come to the Netherlands in search of abortion care, because they are denied this care in their own countries. And they face a lot of problems in finding the way to the clinics and also in financing the journey and the stay and the treatment, of course. Which is a lot of money, so it's definitely a big problem, and it's not only for the Eastern European women who have this struggle. Also in more liberal countries like Belgium and France, we see a lot of women who have severe financial problems because of the high inflation rates we have in Europe at the moment, and every day we see women who are depending on donation and goodwill of others in our clinics. And I think that is really a sad thing to think about. And actually in the Netherlands, it's not organized as well as we would like to have it. For example, if you're illegally staying in the Netherlands, you still have to pay yourself for the treatment. And I think that is a really wrong signal of the Dutch government, who does pay when a woman decides to carry the pregnancy to term. So everything will be paid for. And if she says, well, I decide to have an abortion, she herself has to pay. So what kind of pro-choice statement is that from the Dutch government? And if we think about it, why is it still part of criminal law in the Netherlands? So even in the Netherlands, with a very liberal abortion law, the situation must change. And that's why I love the foundation of SAFE, because we can't do it without people who provide hands-on support to women. But they also, you have also the network, and you have years of experience in advocacy. So I'm so glad that Mara and Kasia decided to found SAFE here in the Netherlands, and that they both combine this knowledge of the abortion care in Europe, their work they have in advocacy and in fundraising, and they have this huge pro-choice networks. And of course, they have lots and lots of positive energies to improve the access to safe abortion. So I'm really looking forward to work side by side with SAFE and all the other organizations who carry out this pro-choice and pro-abortion movement to ensure that our reproductive autonomy stays here and also in the future. And I just want to say that abortion is just good healthcare. And thank you so much for founding SAFE in the Netherlands. I'm proud of you.
Okay, now we're crying. That means so much. As it does mean so much that all of you have been here with us, despite the fact that we started half an hour late. It is now the time that we were supposed to end. So if people want to leave now, I mean, we're pro-choice on leaving or staying. But it's been such an absolute delight to have you here. However, we did want to give people, if they have any questions, either if people on the panel have questions for us, or if people on Facebook or YouTube have questions. And I know some people do have to go, so I will say, and we'll say again before the end, that you can't buy love this Valentine's Day, but you absolutely can help somebody pay for a safe abortion. So I know that our GoFundMe link is doing the rounds on various social medias, and we will have more information soon about ways to set up standing orders and everything else, and we will be absolutely shameless in asking for money, but we also want to say that we would rather have 10,000 people give us €1 than one person give us 10,000 euro, because this is a movement. And when people call any of the helplines where people call and they say thank you, it is so empowering to them and to us to be able to say, you're not thanking me. There's literally thousands of people behind you right now. And that's what we're about. We're about building a movement, not about hierarchies or us being benevolent to people who need abortions. We're doing this because we're fucking outraged, and because it's the right thing to do. So we will hang out for a few minutes. We have a question. Why are you so amazing? It's because we hang out with such amazing people. Like, seriously. If we didn't have this community of people, and that question came from Abortion Network Amsterdam, and no, you're amazing. So if anybody has any questions, we'll hang out for a little bit, including if the panel has any questions. And yeah. We'll give things a few minutes to come in. If the panel wants to take their selves off mute, we can just chit chat and see if anything comes in and just say hey.
And I think Amelia and Erin have to leave us. Thank you so much for joining us. This was a blessing to have you here, and we love you very much. And we're here to support you in any way we can.
We'll be in Poland in March for Justina's trial. Yeah, so
in person.
Yeah.
I hope you will, have some fun because of the positive verdict.
Yeah.
Or the revolution that will start otherwise.
Yes.
I'm like, either that or I'm going to jail. We love you. Thank you so much, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. It seems Somebody's asked for us to talk more about what we're going to be doing in addition to fundraising, and that's a really, really good question. Something that a number of us have been talking about for a very long time is that, you know, we've been doing this work for years and years and years, but what we never have time to do is write stuff down. And so our plan is that we are going to finally write it all down. So anything that we know about how to build an abortion fund, how to start a practical support network, how to fundraise, how to recruit volunteers, how to do marketing and communications, how to do social media, how to help somebody get a second trimester abortion, how to help somebody get a third trimester abortion. We're going to write it all down and put it in a secure online space that anyone can access with a password. You know, because we have to be, again, safe about these things. So that's one thing. And then another thing is going to be working with people who want to be loudly and proudly pro-abortion to talk about abortion on a more regular basis. And then the other very important thing is to ensure pathways. So at the minute, in the past, many people went to the United Kingdom to get abortions up to 24 weeks, but now because of Brexit, that's much more difficult. So we have the Netherlands, and also for people who are beyond 24 weeks who have fetal indication, we've been able to identify a few hospitals that will take, again, non-residents to have abortions after 24 weeks in cases of severe abnormality. It's about finding these doctors in countries who are willing not only to provide abortions, but to provide abortions outside the National Health Service to people who are forced by bad laws and provision to travel abroad to get abortions. So it's sort of like the back office stuff. So it's taking the weight. It's not just we're going to fundraise, it's we're going to take the weight of having to worry about where the money to pay for abortions is coming from off of our comrades and partners, but also doing the work that they don't have time to do, such as, you know, we have all these chat groups and it's like, oh, what do you do if this happens? And, you know, sometimes we're making it up as it happens, because there's always these new and emerging situations. Let's not even talk about global pandemics and what that did to traveling for abortion. But we are going to have the time and the capacity to write it down. And I just...
It's also about the timing. Like with Poland, we were kind of just on time with creating Abortion Without Borders before the Constitutional Tribunal made the already very severe abortion law even more cruel for people in Poland. And we already had the network on the ground and in neighboring countries. We had the connections with the clinics abroad, and we were able to very quickly kind of upscale the movement and be able to facilitate the hundreds of people that start to need abortion abroad. And we are at the moment worried about countries like Hungary, like Romania, like possibly Italy with the political changes there. So we want to speak with people on the ground that have the idea, but maybe don't know how to start it. We have the knowledge, we can help you start. So you can reach us through our website as a partner, and we can provide you with seed money, seed funding for starting a group, a solidarity group for supporting people in need of abortions. We can give you the ABC of how to do it, how to connect, how to network, how to find the information you need. And you know, Mara did that for Abortion Network Amsterdam years ago, and we want to pass that forward now and to work with more people, more countries, and made, you know, like break the knowledge walls as much as possible, because it's in access to abortion we see that there are those continuous hoops that we have to jump through. We want to remove them as much as possible. Any other question?
There was a question from somebody who wanted to hear more about research, and it's in the planning stages. Again, we're not going to tell people what information we think they should collect. We're going to work with our partners to determine what would be most useful to collect, would be my answer to that at the minute.
Yeah, we have ambitious plans. Like,
Yes,
like,
very ambitious. World domination.
You can see that we're starting with like a light version of our website, but like the work is there to be done. We are extremely eager to start this. This event has been like the cherry on the cake of the first part of setting up the foundation, but the real work starts today, really, and you're going to hear from us. So, to repeat the message, if you are a partner, reach out to us so we can talk about that. We can see how we can support you in best way. What are your needs and what we can do for you. And if you are in a country where there possibly are not so many support groups or networks for abortion, let us know especially. And then if you have a spare money, if you have a 50 cent or €1 and you want to spend it on good, on something that will make you feel better, this is the way to do it. As Mara said, like you cannot buy love on this Valentine's Day, but you can buy somebody's abortion. And that's maybe more because abortion is love, abortion is empathy, and abortion is freedom. And that's what we're standing for.
Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. I'm going to make Kinga and Nikki come in for us. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. See you soon.
Now eat cake.
Eat cake.
Wow. Supporting abortions for everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone. Forever.